shade, and the sunlight filters softly in a warm and gentle braid. You lay back upon the moss and said the world felt light and small in that quiet little forest where the breeze could touch it all. I didn't know a place like this could open up my chest, but the stillness wrapped around us, giving both our worries rest. Under the cedar sky, where the whispers settle slow, we learned a simple truth that hearts already know. Hold me in the sunlight, keep me when nights go by. Everything feels sacred under the cedar sky.
You traced a ring of clover on the ground beside my arm, and the silence turned to music full of tenderness and charm. Then you laughed and said the forest knows the secrets lovers keep, and the echo of that moment
Felt too beautiful and deep. If we lose our way someday, we'll return where light can play. Every fear will fade and fly under the cedar
on the winding mountain pathway where the shadows twist and sway. We lit lanterns made of hope to guide the fears we kept at bay. Every step was filled with questions, every mile with the unknown. But together we move forward, never walking it alone. Through the fog and through the silence, you were always by my side. And the lanterns we ignited held the courage we once denied. Lanterns on the mountain road, shining through the night, showing us the places where we dared to seek the light. Even when the path was steep, even when our strength was low, we kept climbing, kept believing. Lanterns on the mountain road. Yeah. There were cliffs that tried to break us, winds that almost blew us down, but your hand upon my shoulder turned my fear around. And I learned that every hardship is a lantern unlit, waiting for the spark of someone saying you can conquer it. Now the summit glows before us, where the dawn we fought to see. Every lantern tells a story of the mountains we set free. Lanterns on the mountain road, burning soft and true, marking every victory that brought me back to you. Even when the night returns, I'll never walk alone, for the lanterns keep on glowing on the mountain road we've known.
Every night I write a message in the constellated haze, sending out my quiet longing past 1,000 light-year days. I imagine you're out somewhere tracing echoes of my voice, reading all my astral letters in the silence of your choice. Distance is a language only stardust understands, but I keep sending pieces of my heart across the span. Astral letters drifting through the night, crossing over galaxies to find your guiding light. Even if the space between us seems too far to measure, I'll keep writing to the stars, sealing them with treasure. I can feel your presence glowing like a satellite so warm, even though your world is spinning on a different kind of storm. Still the void between us softens when I whisper to the sky, 'cause I know that somewhere out there you're listening to my cry. Every word becomes a comet, blazing bright for you to see. Every hope becomes a planet, orbiting our destiny. Astral letters floating through the dark, searching through the galaxies to reach your beating heart. Even if the worlds divide us, love will cross the pressure. I'll keep riding to the night, sending astral letters.
We planted dreams like seeds beneath the early April rain. Didn't know which ones would flourish, didn't know which ones would fade, but you held the sun inside you, warming everything you touched. And I learned that love grows slowly when it's real and never rushed. We tended every moment, pulled the doubts out like the weeds, and we found that quiet patience is the soil a true heart needs. In this harvest of the heart, we gather what we've grown. Ooh, golden return to what we planted in the harvest of the heart. Yeah, 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 yeah. There were storms that tore our branches, nights that chilled us to the bone. But the roots we set together kept us standing, kept us whole. And the summer morning shimmered with the hope we didn't see, until we felt the fruits of loving take their shape so easily. When the autumn winds come calling and the leaves begin to fall, we'll remember how it started and the strength behind it all. In this harvest of the heart, we gather what we've grown, golden fields of memories in a place we made our own. Even when the winter comes, love will warm the coldest part. We survive, we bloom, we flourish in the harvest of the heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your name in the shoreline sand where the evening tide was low. Watch the waves approach like answers to the questions I still hold. The water whispers stories that I thought I left behind, but the ocean never loses what the heart can't redefine. And I swear I heard you calling in the rhythm of the deep. Like a memory returning from the corners where I sleep. Yeah. Tidal letters washing over me, messages the waves deliver softly from the sea. Even when the storms roll in and pull my hope apart, the ocean sends reminders written gently to my heart. To my heart. There were nights I felt deserted by the world I used to know, but the moon lit up the shoreline with a silver steady glow. And I learned the tides are constant, even when the world is not bringing back the parts of me I thought that time forgot. Maybe healing comes in currents, flowing where the pain once lived. Maybe love returns in fragments only oceans know to give. Tidal letters drifting to my feet, carrying the comfort only water can complete. Even in the deepest storms, I feel you from afar. In every wave you find me standing walked a quiet neighborhood at a slow and steady pace. You were tracing constellations in the moonlight's soft embrace. Every word you spoke was glowing like a lantern in the dark, and I felt something awaken like a small but steady spark. I didn't know that gentle steps could lead to something true. But every night spent next to you just pulled me closer through. Promise on a quiet street, breathing in the calm. Every hope you gave to me became a healing balm. Hand in hand we wandered till the night felt incomplete, 'cause love was in the shadows of that quiet little street. Yeah, 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 yeah. We stopped beside a willow tree where silence felt like song, and you said that time moves slower when the heart is growing strong. I could feel the world get brighter when you whisper soft and low that love begins in simple places most will never know. Maybe all we need is time to see how far this road will climb. Every word and every beat, a promise on a quiet street. Oh, promise on a quiet street, glowing in the night. Every step we're taking feels incredibly right. Even if the world moves fast, our hearts will keep their beat forever in the stillness of that quiet little street. You hung paper lanterns in the backyard late one night, and you laughed when one flickered softly, struggling to hold light. But you said the glow is fragile, just like hearts can sometimes be. And I saw that flame inside you, dancing bright enough for me. Every lantern in the darkness felt like hope we placed above, twinkling in the silence with a soft unspoken love. Paper lantern love, glowing warm and small. Even when the wind blows hard, it never fades at all. Hold it in your gentle hands, keep it safe enough. We're shining in the night with our paper lantern love. You whispered dreams beneath them as they swayed with summer air. You said life is full of moments few are lucky to compare, and the colors of the lanterns lit the softness in your eyes, painting love across the shadows like a watercolor sky. If the night grows darker still, we'll rewrite them on the hill. For the tiny flame above carries all our patient love. Paper, land, and love glowing in the breeze, lighting up the promise that our hearts will hold with ease. Even though the world is vast, small things rise enough to brighten all the darkness with paper, linen, love. Surveying broken walls, tracing every battered corner, every place my spirit falls. But instead of turning away, you smiled as if you knew that even in my fragile pieces, something beautiful shone through. You said love is built in layers, not a single perfect start. Gentle sketches on the blueprint of my heart, blueprint of my heart, drafted by your touch. Everything you're building feels like warmth I've needed much. Even through the cracks I feel the future taking shape, a structure built with tenderness that time will never break. You measured every moment like a craftsman taking care, making room for faith and laughter in the places once left bare. Then you carved your name so softly where the walls were chipped and thin, and I realized in that moment love was ready to begin. If the storms come crashing down, we'll rebuild without a frown. Every loss becomes a part of the blueprint of my heart, blueprint of my heart. Lines you drew so true. Every breath I'm breathing feels like home because of you. Even when the world collapses, we will never fall apart. For love is in the making, on the blueprint of my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, I wrote you simple letters when the sun began to fall, telling you the little things I barely said at all, like how your voice at twilight feels like velvet on my skin, and how every sunset whispers where our story will begin. I never knew that dusk could hold a promise safe and true, but every glowing evening drew me closer into you. Sundown letters drifting through the fade, carrying the words I never thought I'd say. Every time the colors blend, I feel you even better, reading all the love inside my sundown letters. You answered in the half-light with a blush I couldn't hide, and the world turned shades of amber just to match the warmth inside. Then your fingers brushed the paper and you smiled so tenderly, saying all my quiet phrases felt like home and harmony. As the shadows start to fall, we will rise above it all. Every line becomes a tether, holding tight through any weather. Oh, sundown letters glowing in your hands, telling you the truths you always understand. Even when the night grows cold, it brings us close together, wrapped inside the warmth of my sundown letters. Oh, sundown I saw you standing by the window, letting morning find your face. Golden beams were dancing softly, wrapping you in quiet grace. I stepped closer just to feel you, breathing in the warmth you gave. And the world outside grew distant, like a memory I'd mislaid. Every moment felt like springtime blooming from your gentle tone, like the universe was telling me I'd never walk alone. Whispers in the window light falling on our skin, every little echo says our story can begin. Hold me in the sunrise, keep me through the night. Everything feels softer in the window's tender light. We talk slow like drifting petals carried by a lazy breeze. All my doubts began to quiet, all my worries felt at ease. Then you smiled like you were sharing secrets only hearts could hear. And I knew I'd found the person who would keep my shadows near. If the dawn grows colder someday, we'll still find our gentle glow. For the whispers in the window are the truths we always know. Whispers in the window light, warm in every side. Every time I look at you, the world goes floating by. while the rain began to fall. Soft and slow like velvet droplets, painting silver on the wall. You held out your hand to catch them, smiling as they kissed your skin. And the rhythm of the rainfall felt like love about to begin. Every drop upon your shoulder lit a spark inside my chest, like the rain was playing music, telling us to rest. Velvet raindrops falling at our feet. Velvet raindrops. Every gentle heartbeat keeps the moment sweet. Sweet. Stay beside me, darling. Let the world just stop while we fall in love beneath the velvet raindrops.
The sky turned shades of navy as a storm began to hum. But the warmth between us lingered like the glow of setting sun. You whispered that the storm light made the world feel strangely new. And I realized every raindrop pulled me closer into you.
Let the thunder fade away. Let the clouds dissolve to gray. All the love we felt non-stop lives in velvet raindrops. Velvet raindrops singing through the air, falling soft around us like a quiet love affair. Even when the clouds are gone, the moment doesn't stop. We'll remember love inside the velvet raindrops.
You walked in like deja vu from a life I used to know. Something in your laughter felt like decades long ago. Maybe we've been dancing in 1,000 former times, meeting in the corners where the universe aligns. Your touch felt like a record with a crackle warm and wild, playing melody. Remember, since I was a different child, with vintage shows spinning in the same old song, finding each other where we've always belonged. Through every life, through every road, We return like vinyl echoes. Baby, we're vintage souls. I saw you in a memory I couldn't place a trace. Like a faded photograph with your smile in the same place. Maybe we were lovers in a world of black and white. Maybe we were strangers passing ships in velvet night. Time unfold and hearts awaken through the dust of years unshaken. You and I have always known we're too old to be alone. We're vintage souls spinning in the same old song, finding each other where we've always belonged. Across the years, we still control the rhythm of forever. Baby, we're vintage soul.
We wandered down the hillside where the city lights grew faint, and the night revealed its colors in a soft and silver paint. You stepped lightly on the pathway like the stars were guiding you, and I followed close behind you just to feel that wonder too. Every breath was like a story that the night began to weave, filled with quiet constellations only lovers can believe. Starlit footsteps leading through the dark. Every gentle echo feels like leaving one small mark. Hold me as the heavens open their sweep. We're walking through the universe where starlit footsteps keep. We paused beside a clearing where the sky was wide and deep, and you whispered that the cosmos never truly falls asleep. Then you traced a line of stars and said they looked like scattered hope, and your voice became a lantern, giving all my dreams a scope. Ooh, if we lose our place someday, ooh, we will let the stars relay. Ooh, every path our hearts will take, every promise we won't break. Starlit footsteps glowing on the trail, every light above us tells a tender fairy tale. Wrap me in the night wind where our memories gently sleep, forever in the quiet of those starlit footsteps deep. branches murmured with a rustle gently played. Inside it held a message from a time you barely knew, talking about courage and a love that might come true. You read the words aloud to me and smile through the glow, and I felt the orchard listening to everything we'd grow. Letters in the orchard trees, hanging in the breeze, carrying the promise that our hearts will never freeze. Hold me in the sunlight, drifting through the leaves. We're writing out our future in those orchard letter leaves. You tuck the paper carefully between the bark and vines, and you said the roots remember all the gentle, hopeful lines. Then you took my hand and whispered that our story starts anew, with every orchard secret softly blooming into view. Seasons change and so do we, but the words stay endlessly. Every letter on the leaves lifts the love our soul believes. Letters in the orchard trees, singing in the air, every word a memory that only we can share. Even if the autumn winds carry them with ease, our love will still be written in the orchard trees. Every word a different flower, touched by early sunlight's hue. There's a softness in your laughter that can melt the hardest day, and the fragrance of your presence slowly carries me away. Every note you speak becomes a petal on my skin, growing something gentle deep within. Your voice, I'm learning how to breathe. Every whisper lifts me like a wind among the leaves. Stay and let your melody give my soul a choice to blossom into something bright in the garden of your voice. The garden of your voice.
Told me healing happens when the heart is given room, like a seed beneath the soil, waiting quietly to bloom.
Then you sang a simple hum that wrapped me in its grace, and the world felt like a meadow only we were meant to trace it.
Water me with tenderness. Every sound you make is joy,
growing in your gentle voice. Every tone you offer where the sky turned into art, and the clouds were drawn like brush strokes, pulling color from the heart. You said life is just a canvas stretched across our fragile time, waiting for the hand of courage to create a bright design. And I watched you paint the future with the hope you held inside. Every shade you dreamed of pulled me closer to your side. Ink on the horizon, spilling through the blue. Every stroke becoming something beautiful and new. Hold me in the colors as our dreams begin to rise. We're writing love together in the ink across the skies.
There were hues of soft magenta, lines of golden tangerine, and you said that love looks brighter in the spaces left unseen. Then you brushed your hand through mine and drew a promise in the air
That no matter where life takes us, I'll be with you everywhere.
If the sky turns dark with sorrow,
We will paint a brighter tomorrow. Every color that we choose is a shade of love we'll use.
ink on the horizon,
Shining high above.
every stroke becoming something.
Feels like art made out of
Hold
love,
me in the canvas.
where our future never dies.
We're painting life together with ink upon the
Stars, yeah, woo, oh, yeah, The highway stretched before us like a ribbon shining bright, catching every shade of sunrise as we drove into the light. You rested your head on the window, humming softly with the road, and I felt the journey shifting, easing every heavy load. Miles kept unfolding like a story we could trace, every gentle moment wrapped in your familiar grace. Silver ribbon highway pulling us along, every whispered hum you made became a healing song. Hold me in the sunrise where the world feels far away. We'll chase the dreams awaiting down the silver ribbon way. The fields were vast and golden as they shimmered in the heat, and you smiled as if the sunlight played a rhythm in your seat. Then you said the open highway makes your spirit feel alive, and I felt the same excitement in your softly spoken drive. If the roads divide someday, we will meet again halfway. Every path we take today stems from this silver highway. Stretched its wings, and we drifted on the shoreline, hearing distant children sing. You skipped stones across the surface, each one dancing out of sight, and the ripples echoed softly like the heartbeat of the night. You said pieces in the water when the world begins to ache, and I felt myself surrender to that quiet shallow lake summer, shining in your eyes. Every fleeting moment feels like perfect paradise. Hold me like the sunlight, dancing on the water shimmer. We fell in love so effortlessly in shallow lake summer.
Where the dragonflies would rest, and you leaned your head upon me with a softness I confess made the world feel wide and tender like a whispered lullaby, where the wind became a promise floating gently through the sky.
If the season disappears, we will guard these golden years. Even winter can't grow dimmer than our shallow lake summer. Shallow lake summer. It pulls me close to you, pulls me closer to you. And when the cold returns, our hearts will gently glimmer with all the warmth we found inside that shallow lake summer. Your laugh cuts through the darkness like a lighthouse in the night, shining beams of gentle warmth that make the lonely world feel light. Every time you let it echo, something in me starts to rise, as if the ocean of my worries suddenly begins to quiet. I didn't know that laughter could be something so profound, but every little note you give becomes a guiding sound. Lighthouse of your laugh, beacon in the storm. Every tender echo keeps my fragile heart so warm. Hold me when the tides rush in and courage starts to quaff. Lead me to the shoreline with the lighthouse of your laugh. lighthouse of your laugh. Yeah. Ooh. We walked along the seaside, where the waves were crashing strong. And you laughed about the sea spray hitting us the whole day long. That small sound cut through the thunder in a way I can't explain, turning every shadow worry into something bright again. If the storms come over me, your laugh is my remedy. Every wave becomes a half of the lighthouse of your laugh. Lighthouse of your laugh, shining on my soul. Every beam you offer makes me feel completely whole. Even when the ocean roars, your joy rewrites the graph, leading me forever with the lighthouse of your laugh. With the lighthouse of your laugh. Yeah. Yeah. You held a piece of amber like a treasure in your palm, and you said within its glow there's centuries of calm. Then you raised it to the sunlight where it caught a golden hue, and you whispered that the amber felt a lot like me and you. Every time you spoke of us, it made my heartbeat shift, like the past and present met inside a single glowing gift. Amber thread of us, woven through the air. Every glowing moment shows the tenderness we share. Hold me in the radiance where time can't interrupt. We live inside the beauty of the amber thread of us. We wandered through the pine woods where the resin scent was sweet, and the earth beneath our footsteps felt like warm, familiar heat. Then you told me love is stronger when it's born from simple things, like the amber in your fingers or the warmth your laughter brings. If the world grows dark someday, amber light will guide our way. Every memory luminous in the amber thread of us. Amber thread of us, glowing soft and true. Everything I cherish brings me back to you. Even when the years roll on, love won't turn to dust. Held inside the brilliance of the amber thread of